Hi, my name is Randy Rolfe, and I'm an independent consultant with Nikken, the world's leader in wellness technologies for health. And this is one of our weekly half-hour webinars to introduce you a little deeper into Nikken. And I've been with Nikken, and next month it'll be 21 years. The products have really changed our lives. Actually, we had no complaints when we started Nikken, and we've stayed that way, which is awesome. Now, in 21 years, you can have a few accidents and things. I smashed my knee, and a few other things have happened, but Nikken really surprised everybody how quickly I got well. I broke a wrist and put it right back together without wearing a cast. Truly amazing products. But what I like best is it's all about wellness. 21 years going from 49 to 70 is a big change for a lot of people, and we really have put off the signs of aging by having ourselves in the Nikken environment every day, every night. And that's truly amazing that there are products out there that are reasonably priced, that have been discovered and developed over 40 years to create a natural environment to keep our bodies healthy. And I've been teaching natural health for 20 years before that, and I was looking for a way to get more people involved in natural living. And what I loved about Nikken is you don't even have to change your diet right away or go into an exercise program. So many people know that maybe they should do that, but they don't have the energy to do it. They say next day, next week, or next Monday, or next year, I'll get my act together. But with Nikken, it's really easy. You introduce these products into your life without having to change your lifestyle. And then you just feel good enough to make those other lifestyle choices that really build health over time. So it's truly an exciting program. Now I'm going to go through PowerPoint quickly and share the big picture of Nikken. It's really a package for a lifestyle. So let me set this up. So we believe that Nikken is a better way of reaching a life in balance and getting together to impact the world. My goal has always been to help the family all over the world develop a healthier, happier, more peaceful world. And Nikken is an amazing vehicle for doing that. So what really counts, and what I found in my family counseling practice, is this daily decisions: getting enough sleep, eating well, having some stress management skills, spending time with your family. That all adds up over time to a radical difference in your lifestyle. And my first career was as a corporate lawyer in a big firm in Philadelphia. That, when I saw the older partners, I knew this was not going to lead to the life that I wanted. Many were divorced, they didn't know their kids, they were earning oodles of money but didn't have time to enjoy it. It was clearly not the path I wanted to follow. So this graph shows the difference that small choices can make over time. And it's a particular story of 27 months where someone really transformed their life. It's can be beautiful. So the Nikken choice is about choosing active wellness and collaborative entrepreneurship. We're going to talk about the entrepreneurship part first. Nikken's definition of success and total wellness is having balance in all 5 pillars of health. That's healthy mind, healthy body, healthy family, healthy society, and healthy finances. And success is the progressive realization of that ideal of balance in those 5 pillars. What we find is that stress is the major killer. The chronic diseases that are affecting modern Western societies, particularly the United States, is about our reactions to stress. We have chronic stress, which puts chronic burden on our bodies, and they get affected so that chronic disease gets a hold. And it the biggest stress in most families that they're aware of is finances, and health is second. And this is a diagram of the 4 quadrants analyzed by Robert Kiyosaki of the way people earn their living, get the money to pay their way through life. And on the left side, there's no leverage. You're selling your time for money. Even as an employee, you only get paid what it's worth to the employer, not what you're really worth in all your efforts. And even if you have your own business, you have to be there. And when I was a family counselor, if I wasn't sitting in a chair in front of somebody, I was not making any money. On the right side is the way that you can leverage your time and the time of others and your money as you accumulate it. And as a business owner, we use McDonald's as an example because it's the clearest, most successful system where you can buy into owning a business, and it has systems that make it work. And then there's the investors who leverage their money. They invest in other businesses and stocks and so on. But 95% of the wealth in the United States is controlled by those business owners and investors. And they make up 5% of the population. And 95% of the population are in that area where they have no leverage. And unfortunately, they only control 5% of the wealth. So what can you do about it? Well, you try to move from the left to the right, but it takes $1 million or more to get a franchise like McDonald's. However, we now have the gig economy, and you just read a big article about the gig economy. Nobody's really measuring it because it's growing up sort of under the radar. But millennials are going for it. It's about temporary jobs or contract work or work on the side of your job to develop a bigger income so you have more freedom. And what millennials are seeing is that their parents and grandparents aren't getting this kind of corporate support that our great-grandparents got. And they want increased mobility, they want more life balance where they can be with their family, have vacation, and they want some kind of a gig that allows them to work from home. And so Uber is one of those, obviously been huge in the last 5 years. It's increased by a factor of 1,000. So people are really using their cars as their business. And Amazon shows what a big difference the web has made. People are shopping online, they are selling online, they have businesses online. Amazon has increased by a factor of 5, while Walmart is staying the same. So what is really happening is we're looking for other ways to earn income. And this article said that everything's changed completely. People are not happy with a job. And Nikken gives us the ideal gig because it's very easy to get started. You don't need $1 million. You only need maybe 100. And if you get some product, maybe a couple hundred to invest, but not $1 million. And there are turnkey systems, just like McDonald's, and great leadership. You're not alone. We'll talk about that in a moment. So it really is the perfect gig. You're contractually involved with Nikken, and they pay you to market their amazing products. So what we do is we leverage our time and our efforts through inviting others to join us in Nikken as customers or consultants. And here's how we do it. We join Nikken, we share and promote the products, and we invite people to join us. Nikken takes care of all the heavy lifting, and we enjoy being paid handsomely, very generously, as we bring people to the Nikken wellness lifestyle. At the core of it is the amazing wellness products that were developed in the 70s in the healthiest country in the world, in Japan. And Nikken's done an amazing amount of research that pays off, as I said earlier. So the wellness home is actually a cash flow engine because you want to use the products. You want to use the products that Nikken is innovating. Next month they're introducing some new products, some new technologies that they're always at the cutting edge of natural wellness. And there's always more users, whether it's in the family or our neighbors or our coworkers, or we really try to reach out and introduce people we don't know, new friends, to Nikken. And then there's monthly support in nutrition and skincare. So it's a constant engine to generate income when you have someone who's interested in true wellness. So this is a purpose-driven model. Our circle of core influence, we develop at least 5 customers who are interested in building their wellness home, and 3 leaders who want to duplicate what we're doing by getting their own customers. And we help each other. You're not alone in the business. You own your own business, but it's a very collaborative system. And we're constantly helping each other, mentors and coaches, meetings and events, tools and trainings, websites and webinars like this one. And as you go up these stages, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, your income increases, your organization increases, and you get constant support because everybody's benefiting from your efforts, the people who introduced you, as well as all your customers. So if pretend you're an apple seed, if you get planted properly, you can be responsible for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of apples. And there are people in Nikken who have done that. They've impacted tens, 20s, even 100,000 people with the news of Nikken. So this cone is really a business plan. You're at the top of it with your wellness home and your 3 leaders and your customer base. And those 3 leaders get their 3 leaders. That's the 9 on the far left. In the middle is their customers. Each of those 9 has 5 customers building their wellness home. And at the top on the right is the profits that you're getting for introducing those people. So if you want to look at that in more detail, please get with the person who invited you to this webinar. And here's a list of all the amazing ways Nikken compensates us: retail profits, cash bonuses, lifestyle bonuses, rebates, overrides, leadership bonuses, and even trips abroad. Next trip will be to Italy. So let's take another look at the wellness home. Again, the compounding effect of what we do lifestyle-wise for our health makes all the difference. And stress is ever growing in our lives, and it's responsible, all the authorities say, for at least 70% of the chronic disease we have, from heart disease, diabetes, fatigue, allergies, sleep and weight problems. We now know that half of Americans have sleep problems. And we know that your immune system drops 60% immediately if you miss a good night's sleep. If you sleep 4 or 5 hours instead of 8 or 9, you have a lowered immunity. That's one of the reasons people get sick over the holidays when their schedules are all screwed up. Air and water pollution is in the news every day. And we know that bottled water is no safer than tap water. Sometimes it's worse. And we know that indoor air can be worse than outdoor air because of all the chemicals that we tend to bring into our homes, whether it's personal care or cleaning products or so on. And of course, the kids are suffering the most. 1/2 of children are obese today. And for the first time in the last 2 years, the life expectancy of children born today is less than it is for the older people, which is really, really unacceptable. So what do? We choose to be healthy by choice, not by chance, because the statistics aren't good. Looking back at those 5 pillars of health, Nikken helps with the body and the mind, as well as just explain the finances and having time for your family, time to contribute back to society. And I think everything we do with Nikken contributes back to society. So let's take a little deeper look at the wellness home. We have basically 3 categories of products: the nutrition and skincare, which is all about nourishing from the inside out, but again with that policy of looking at energetics, natural energy that is in whole foods, in the plants that we eat. So most of what Nikken has is organically based, whole food based. Most of it's vegan and kosher, truly amazing. And the skincare, same thing, nourishment from the outside in. Then we have environmental products. particularly the water systems, changes lives, because you just put the tap water in, it goes through a gravity feed, multiple filter, and then it alkalizes with natural minerals, not a chemical process, but natural minerals alkalize the water, and then it comes through a magnet as if it just came out of the magnetic earth. We have shower systems and also sports bottles to save the environment and your health, with a sport bottle that you can fill anywhere and filters the water, and there's no leaching from the bottle, and it's completely biodegradable. And then the signature technology that Nikken started with is the rest and relaxation, restoring our body to a natural energy field. The insoles keep your whole body feeling like you're walking outside on the earth barefoot. And then we have a seat, which I'm sitting on here at my desk, and have them all over my house and my cars. And then the thing that's rolled up on the seat is our amazing mattress topper. And it's in its fourth evolution. Nikken is always improving its magnetic technologies and its materials. It's all natural materials, comforter to go with it. So you're in this cocoon of great energy. And there's also a little massage product there on the picture that has the magnetics. In 2 minutes, you'll notice the relaxation in the tissues. And the pillow and mask can have a huge effect on not only overall health and eyesight, but stress level. So let's begin your success story. And I'm going to ask the people that are with us today online to share their stories if they like. So how about you, Dee? Would you like to share what you're most excited about today with Nikken? I can unmute you. Are you there, Dee?
Yes, I'm here. So yes, so I feel so much better today than I did over 9 years ago when I was first introduced to the Nikken technologies by a friend who said she wanted to tell me about it because I was always tired. I hadn't slept well for many years and also had daily discomforts related to an old car accident, which was, you know, when you have that going on, it's also draining energy. And so I was open because I had some urgency on wanting to feel better and vital and sleeping well and all. So I started using everything pretty quickly. Some of the magnetic products, nutritionals, the water, which was so wonderful. And then a couple of weeks later, I got the sleep system. And the first night, I fell asleep right away, which was highly unusual for me. Woke up after a full night's rest before the alarm, feeling great, thinking, oh my gosh, this is what a good night's sleep feels like. And that has continued. And I also had bone density issues, and that has been corrected with the bone health products. And I didn't plan to do this as a business, but the thought of not telling people that this is possible for them to feel better, have more energy, be able to help people with safe, effective, non-chemical ways within such a wonderful community of people who really care about helping others just has really been exciting and life-giving and learning, which, you know, I continue to love to do. And so I'm just really grateful for this opportunity to be part of this really wonderful way of sharing this information with others. And then it's up to them as to what part or not they choose to make that part of their lives as well. So thank you, Randy.
Sure, thank you, Dee. And what was your background? When you
I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse by background. So, you know, I saw all the wonderful things that our Western medicine model can do. And yet I worked in an area where I also saw a lot of people not recover, have multiple surgeries, be on many medications, spiral downward as well. And so I really value the safety and the effectiveness in a natural way as the first choice for prevention and also potentially recovery and rejuvenation.
Cool. Thank you, Dee. Let's see, Betty or Yoko, would you like to go ahead? Betty? I'll unmute you. There you go. So Betty, welcome.
Well, I've lost it.
Yeah, I see you and hear you.
But I don't have I don't see you and I don't.
Oh, that's funny. We do see you and we hear you. Okay.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I have you.
Okay, so it's Yoko, and I'm just going to share another part of our story that a lot of people are not familiar with, and that's the fact that there's an income and a finance assistance here, and it's you help yourself. In other words, if you choose to be able to want to help others, which we all have here, and then you decide because of all of us, I mean, there's no question. The energy products and all of the technologies work. So that's a given. And then you say, what am I going to do? Am I going to keep this secret like Dee says? I said, no. I mean, we have to share this with our communities. And this is why we're here. We all here committed to the fact that as long as you could hear us, we're going to be talking about this and letting other people know there's a choice to be healthy. And one of the great things here that is a given secret is, you know, Randy is going to take off on a new journey and focus on kids. And I am so grateful because I have grandkids and I could tell you they're going to need all the help in the world because the environment is not helping us. It's not going in a positive way. So we need to leave this for the next generations. And that's my goal, to leave the fact that you can not only share this to your communities, but you can also create some nice side income for yourselves and your own families to be able to leave for the next generations also. So there's so many wonderful facets to this that seem like it's unbelievable, but it is believable. So I just ask everyone to look at this and make their own choice.
Thanks, Yoko. Thanks so much. And your background is corporate. And so can you spend a moment explaining why Nikken is a step above or, different magnitude from that kind of income?
Well, the income in a job is wonderful, but you're stuck there. I don't care whether you have a home emergency or not, you are stuck there from 8 to 12 hours a day. And if you don't, then you don't move up the corporate ladder, and the corporate ladder gets smaller and there's only one person at the top. Well, Nikken has the exact opposite ladder. You start at the bottom by yourself with your sponsor and your local team. So then you go from 1 to 3 to 5 to 8 to 9 to, and so you build from the bottom up. And so it's very gratifying because it's not like it gets thinner on top. It gets larger. And so my background was that I worked 40 years for companies and looked at the Wall Street every weekday. And when I didn't see what was going on with, why don't I see Nikken, why haven't I ever heard of Nikken in the Wall Street Journal, I ended up with my own personal pursuit to find out what is here. And it's an amazing opportunity. And I just challenge everyone to check it out on their own and step in and help your community.
Very cool. Thank you, Yoko. It's amazing, as we call it, a lifestyle, a wellness lifestyle, active wellness and collaborative entrepreneurship. And that's what we're doing here today on this show. We just have a couple more minutes. If anybody who's on the phone, I can't see your names, but I know
Well, Randy, this is Betty. I can hear you
okay.
all, but I can't see you. I don't know what's happened to my screen.
Okay.
but,
But
but
yeah,
anyway, the neat thing about it, when I first heard about Nikken, I was not interested in. I was working in a court, and I wasn't interested in building it. I wasn't even interested in looking. But my husband had health challenges, so he went ahead and signed and got in, and the neat thing about it was that a few years later, when he decided he didn't want to be married and left, I just picked up the business then and started working. It was just there, even though it hadn't been worked as a business. It's just been used for products. So it's a good bee to fall back on if something happens.
absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up because it can make a huge difference that as a gig economy to have an extra thing going on, supplemental income. And even there are many people who just bought the products, and then when their life changes, they're like, oh wow, I can build an income here too, to replace the other or to supplement the other, or life changes. So thanks for bringing that up, Betty. Appreciate it. Anybody else want to share before we close? Okay, so I'm gonna, anybody else? I need to unmute you all, I guess. Okay, well, I'm going to go back to a couple of slides and finish up here. So let's begin your new success story, active wellness and living a life in balance. It's truly amazing. There's no other company like Nikken. My husband's a corporate lawyer as well, and he's now retired. And when he checked out Nikken, he's like, wow, there aren't very many companies around like this. And with that kind of mission of 5 pillars of health, which they believe everyone deserves. And our goal is every home, a wellness home. Imagine how much less stress in families if they're just sleeping well and drinking good water and eating good food and avoiding chemicals on their skin and in their food. And then if they want an extra income to get rid of that financial stress, Nikken has that too. As a part-time entrepreneur and even full-time entrepreneur, you can replace your income. So Nikken is a better way to a life in true balance and abundance, helping people, which helps the planet, which also brings profit to us. You help others, and it helps yourself. So it's truly an amazing program with unique patented products. So thanks for joining us, and please go back with the person who showed you this webinar and ask them to help you feel the products, because they sell themselves if you get to experience them. So thanks for joining us, and I'll end the recording now.